Quran 9, 1 through 5 is about fighting and killing people who broke the treaty with early Muslims and attacked first. False. False. But Quran 9:1 is telling Muslims they can dissolve treaties. They can dissolve treaties. That they have immunity from keeping treaties with non-Muslims, pagans. False. You lied there. You taqqiya. The context is written right there in 9, 10 through 13. Oh? What? Will you not fight a people who broke their oaths and aimed at the expulsion of the messenger? But with Quran 9:1, Muslims are able to dissolve treaties. So who is the one who is able to dissolve a treaty first here? Which comes first, 9:1 or 9:10? Or 9:13? Now, here it is. First, a pictal. And they observe toward a believer neither pact nor honor. These are they who are transgressors. Shakir. Yeah. They do not pay regard to ties of relationship nor those of covenant in the case of a believer. And these are they who go beyond their limits. Yusuf Ali. In a believer, they respect not the ties either or of kinship or of covenant. This is Quran 9:10. Yusuf Ali. In a believer, they respect not the ties either of kinship or of covenant. It is they who transgress all bounds. Now here is Quran 9:11. But if they repent and establish worship and pay the poor due, right, if they become Muslim, then what? Then they are your brethren in religion. Right, they become Muslim. We detail our revelations for a people who have knowledge. Yeah, more like people who are willingly gullible. Shakir, but if they repent and keep prayer and pay the poor rate, they are your brethren in faith, and we make the communications clear for a people who know. Yeah, in other words, I start putting all the Quran scripts, all these Qurans in different translations in English, show how the only thing that keeps them from being killed is if they become Muslim. Okay, now here's Quran 9:12. Pickle. And if they break their pledges after their treaty hath been made with you, and to sell your religion, question it, then fight the heads of disbelief. Lo, they have no binding oaths. In other words, it's fight them for their disbelief, not because of breaking treaties. Then fight the heads of disbelief. Lo, they have no binding oaths, in order that they may desist. Shakir. And if they break oaths after their agreements and openly revile your religion, that's the thing here. Unless they question their Islam after they become Muslim. Then fight the leaders of unbelief. Surely the oaths are of nothing, so they have Yusuf Ali. But if they violate their oaths of becoming Muslim, after their covenant of become Muslim, then fight the leaders of unbelief. Surely their oaths are nothing, so So, and it just goes on. But if they break faith, no longer Muslim, after pledging it and revile your religion, ask why the earth isn't spread out on the back of a giant fish that the Hadith has Muhammad believing is a giant fish, a fish called Nun. Then fight leaders of unbelief, so that they may desist, for they have no longer for their pledged word. Another one says, but if they violate their oaths after covenant and taunt you for faith, ask why the Quran says it confirms a book, Bible, all Muslims believe be corrupted. Fight ye the chiefs of unbelief, of unfaith. See, it's all about faith and fighting Muslims, not who's breaking peace treaties. It's because they're no longer Muslim. They're making fun of Islam. So by questioning it, more like it. And that's why you have to fight them, according to this Quran 9:13. It's not that they broke a peace treaty, and the peace treaty is that they're no longer Muslim. That's the peace treaty. Okay, now the last. Here is Quran 9:13. The one he likes. So what I read to you was Quran 9:12. Will ye not fight a folk who broke their solemn pledges, to have their butts up in the air 5 times a day, paying zakat, and clean their noses out 3 times a day in the morning to get Shaitan out, according to Muhammad in the Hadith, and proposed to drive out the messenger and did attack you first? Attack you first probably means question Islam, or draw a picture of Muhammad. What, fear ye them? Now Allah hath more right that ye should fear him, if ye are believers. What will you, this is Shakir, what will you fight, not fight the people who broke their oaths, being Muslim or like it, and aimed at the expulsion of the messenger, and attacked you first? Yeah, by getting out of Islam, I bet. Do you fear them? It goes, it's the same old thing, Yeah. Did you fear them? There's Muslim talking. Did you fear them? But Allah is more deserving that you should fear him if you are believers. Yep, that's Quran 9:13. But again, who obeyed Quran 9:1 to dissolve a treaty first? Who in Quran 9:5 rose up to slay to the point where it only took them to be stupid? No, not. To keep from being killed. Who was it that acted like ISIS after sacred months are passed? Who? According to Quran 9:5. It to this specific set of people, only those who attack first. False! They didn't attack first. According to the clear signs Quran, it was Muslims who attacked first in Quran 9:5, starting with the allowance to dissolve a treaty with the pagans in Quran 9:1. As demonstrated with Hamas shooting missiles at Israel during a peace treaty. But good taqqiya to try to warp what the quote clear signs say. Of course, if you want to believe the quote clear signs is contradictory and Quran 9:1 is for pagans to dissolve a treaty first, be my guest. The verse is referring to when it says kill. The limited context is written right there. False. It begins with Muslims being able to dissolve a treaty with Quran 9:1. It then follows where it's a Muslim's sacred, where it's Muslims after sacred months are to rise up and slay. That's Quran 9:5. It then shows that the only way to stop pagans from being killed is that the pagans become Muslims. That's Quran 9:1. That's Quran 9:10 through 11. The, quote, they attacked first just becomes code for, quote, those who get out of Islam and start exposing the evil and stupidity of Islam. That is considered, quote, attacking first here. For according to the Hadith, Mo said, quote, he who changes religion, Islam, kill him. Nothing about pagans dissolving treaty first, like you are trying to say it does in Quran 9:13. You assume the verse applies to all no-believers. What? And hence, they must all be killed. If they aren't paying the jizya, it sounds like it. It sounds like ISIS is just knowing what to do. What they're doing to the Christians in Mosul. Read Quran 9:1 through 5, 10, 13, 29, please. But the verses show it is only about people who attack you first. False! For it begins with Muslims being able to break peace treaties with Quran 9:1. It then follows where it's Muslims after sacred months are to rise up and slay, Quran 9:1 through 5. It then shows that the only way to stop pagans from being killed is if the pagans become Muslims. That's Quran 9:10 through 11. They rise up and slay, Quran 9:5. Yeah, they attack first, unquote, just becomes code for, quote, kill those who get out of Islam and start exposing the evil and stupidity of Islam. That is considered attacking first here. For according to the Hadith, Mo said, he who changes his religion, Islam, kill him. Nothing about pagans dissolving a treaty first, like you are trying to say it does in Quran 9:10. Next, go for it. My turn. Okay, we'll get to that next. Bye.